What up? Welcome to A2thaShow. It's me, A to the Moo, in my Mario accent. But a non-committal Mario accent, obviously. Not really that into it. Yeah, I hit back again. Been a minute since I recorded an episode, it feels like. But I did just get off. We're doing this backwards. The last half of this episode, I just recorded. Um, I got a call in with the man himself, PowWow. Um, Talked about all the time, my best friend. I feel like I gotta make sure y'all know he's a real person, not imaginary. Um, and we were gonna do it a few days ago, and then shit fell through, and then we both had work trips, and then anyway, he called me from an airport. So y'all let me know out there if we pull it off. I'll have to do some shit with his audio just a little bit, but I honestly don't think it was that bad. So anyway, we'll reserve judgment. All right, let's see here. I don't even really know what fucking we're talking about this week. I made some notes like I said, days ago. Haven't looked at them. My work trip went to Austin for a few days. It wasn't technically Austin. It was Georgetown. And I wish it wasn't a work trip. I would have tried to I did actually hit up Arawadi and let him know like what town I was in case he had any like restaurant recommendations or anything. He was just like, I'm on the corner of this and this, come through. And I was like, yeah, man, that's so far away. I'm on a work trip with like people, but it would have been cool. So maybe I just make it down there some other time. I know he's talked about before. I just need to, traveling. I don't really like it, to be honest. Don't like the hotels. Don't like I think we can probably talk brief about this in general. But it is good to some sort of reset, I guess. But came back just really mentally exhausted. But that is life, isn't it? All right, let's see. Let's cover some current events here first. Um, a lot of guesses probably happened. I keep seeing random videos about how we're gonna go to war with Venezuela soon, which sounds crazy, but crazier things have been done, I'm sure. But I've seen a lot of those videos on TikTok, but none like on normal news stuff. So we'll see what happens there. Uh, I can't mention this one too early. Maybe yeah, I'd skip this one. There was this video that's come out in Israel that some people are protesting about, and then there's just some of the people on the pro-Israel side's comments on are crazy. I don't know. I don't want to get into it too much. It involves words that if you say it on YouTube, they censor your shit. And I don't know what words to use that aren't. And then the New York mayor race was a huge deal. I don't live in New York. I probably will never go there. I'm not saying I wouldn't go there. I just, I mentioned the travel thing. I'm poor, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, a lot of people are upset about this. Now, I think there's a lot of fun, interesting things about it. One thing I could have brought up PowWow because we both love Harold and Kumar. It's a favorite of ours in college. But the reason this is tied to it, not just because Kumar from that. I'm not trying to call the mayor Kumar, I guess what I'm trying to say. But Cal Penn, the guy who plays Kumar, he'd done an interview where he's known this mayor from that won the New York mayor race since he was a kid because his mom is like a Hollywood writer, maybe, I think, something to do with movies. And then you're like, interesting. And then I've heard some of the raps that the mayor has, and they're like halfway in another language. It's like an Indian version of reggaeton, I guess, whatever that genre is called. And it's not my shit, but it is cool that there's a young person that has made music, but that didn't stop him from becoming this. But it also leads to a lot of people being like, he's funded by billionaires and he's in an inside plant. Maybe that's true. I think anything's possible. And I've yet to see a politician be super successful that wasn't somewhat bought and paid for in my lifetime. So yeah, anyway, but that's a big news. And a lot of people are like, they're going to have Sharia law in New York. I'm like, again, doesn't really concern me necessarily. And if they figure out, it's either going to work or it's not going to work, and let them fucking figure it out. In Oklahoma, we got a 2-tier system. You can be native and you get free health care and basically all kinds of assistance and things. And then if you aren't, you don't get those. And then if you're poor enough, you can get, well, not at the moment with the SNAP stuff. It's like there's different safety nets here that are different, but I don't get any of them. So it just doesn't affect me. That's my take on that. Let's see what else. Oh, the government shutdown, keeps happening. The Republicans blame the Democrats, and I think last week I was like, I know they keep saying that, but I don't know exactly why. To my understanding, the Democrats are saying that if they aren't doing this, then healthcare would go up by threefold. And then the Republicans say no, the Democrats are doing it because they want the healthcare to cover illegal immigrants and trans people or something like that. And so that's like the holdup. But then this morning of me recording this, I saw where Chuck Schumer was like, "We will drop the healthcare issue and negotiate it later." He basically comes across like John Lovitz at the moment. He has a weird Chuck Schumer's aged in a strange way. So anyway, who knows whose fault it is? I don't think. I mean, people care obviously, but it kind of everything just kind of keeps moving. You know, Trump's still having interviews in the Oval Office where guys are fainting as Trump stares on like a psychopath. Or still being also a lot of Trump falling asleep in meetings. A lot of that old man activity that they were giving Joe Biden a lot of shit for. Now, I still think Joe Biden was probably more mentally uh, unaware of what was going on as Trump. And they obviously had fucking Joe Biden body doubles, like that 6'2" guy walking around like he was Joe Biden. But I just don't understand why our fucking country has to be ran by old men. So in that way, also again, back to the New York mayor guy, I like a young dude. Might as well. Let's see what they're gonna say. Um, a lot of my work trip was spent me arguing with people being like, well, I think it's kind of a generational thing. Like people are bitching about something that I'm like, I kind of disagree with you completely. And I wish I could just not give my opinion on things, but that's not how my brain works. And one that really stood out is I think I don't know what age it is, but there's some age that like they expect performative behavior. They think if you have a job that should include now you have to act a certain way. Like you have to perform for the job. So like you got to be all smiles and do this. Maybe certain jobs I would get it, but like certain people in age think everyone should just be so grateful they even got a job. And I'm like, nah, if they do the fucking jobs duties and they do it, I don't need they don't have to be fake to me. I mean, if you just do the fucking job, I don't know. So there's just like these divides, between the perfect example for what I'm talking about is I used to work at a grocery store for, about 4 months, maybe. I don't know how long it was when I was in high school. And, people would say thank you. And I'm of the generation that when to thank you, I say no problem. And, old people might find that rude because to them, when they say thank you, you're supposed to say you're welcome because that's just the protocol or whatever. But to me, you're welcome implies like, you're welcome to my side. I don't know. Something about it seems kind of cocky or whatever, but I think no problem is like no problem. It's literally my job. And it just wasn't an inconvenience whatsoever. Like that's kind of what you're saying. But like the different generations misinterpret those things. And they just won't die, the old people. The modern medicine just keeping them living forever. And then with the robots coming, we're all just fucked. We're all fucked. Um, if they allow Trump to run, I think Trump came out and said he is not running a third term, but a lot of people, use that as like Trump's going to run a third term and he wants to be king. But I think he's come out and said he's not. I mean, I don't know how accurate that is, but I've seen people claim that. I mean, I didn't fucking watch a video of him saying it. But if they do, I think the Democrats should run Obama. I think they should go Trump, Obama. This is like the ultimate showdown. Two presidents each had 2 terms. They're each fighting for their third term. It all started there. I know the history some people aren't as aware of, but Trump kind of got in this politic movement. Now, I think it's all kind of set up. I think this was an intelligence agency long play. I think they saw, they didn't think it was going to play out this way, but they're like, let's throw a rogue agent out here and see what happens. Or maybe they picked him up at some time into it. But Trump was an Obama. He was an Obama birther, is what they were called, actually, where they believed Obama was not born in Hawaii and that this birth certificate was fake and he was actually born in Kenya. So therefore, he should not be president. Now, I don't know why. I mean, some people maybe just off principles, like, yeah, I personally think if you are American in every other sense, I don't care really. I mean, if you grew up here or whatever, and if you moved here when you were 2 years old and were raised as American, now I know there could be something like, well, what if they were Chinese or Russian and they still had ties to those countries and they were here? Is it a plan? And maybe I don't know, but maybe if your country was fucking good enough, they could convert someone because of how awesome we are, instead of fucking making it a almost third world country for certain people. Um, So anyway, I never cared if Obama was born in Hawaii or not. It doesn't really affect me. But then there's a lot of the stuff of he used to go by Barry Soruto, and his stepdad was in the CIA, and he was actually a plant. And Obama's known George Bush since he was a teenager, because they have ties and shit. And then you're like, oh yes, this is all pretty interesting. But I do think, even if it is all, or maybe even more so, if it's all planned and conspired in the backgrounds, do we need the ultimate, like, here's the finale? Maybe they planned this. Obama's been coming back on stage a little bit here and there. This might be the long play, for the holy fuck moment, for the end of politics, that America can crash or do whatever's next in our evolution of a government until, and again, we may just crumble. I do think, and a lot of people compare America to the Roman Empire. I don't think we're quite that dominant. Someone say we're more dominant because of the money thing, but like, Rome had like all the land, and they did it with really less technology in a lot of ways. And then they invented like the aqueduct, all the other shit that guys get impressed about Roman shit. But the idea that the Romans crashed, and then for hundreds and hundreds of years, people just were dumber than they were before. It's like, it could happen here. And thing is, we're all soft. Like, I can't live without an air conditioner or a fucking fan at night. So it might get bad. So anyway, plant some trees in your backyard, fruit bearing trees, plan for the future, all that sort of stuff. Here's something that's I love the sort of Erica Kirk conspiracies at the moment. I don't love them. I just think it's funny, how the internet works. JD Vance gives a speech, and Erica Kirk says something about JD Vance reminds her of Charlie Kirk, and then they hug, and it is a kind of awkward hug in a way. And then immediately, I'm sure this is more liberal people or foreign people just trying to stir up shit, who knows, or trolls. But it's like, JD Vance is going to divorce his Hindu wife so he could marry Erica Kirk, and they could be the next, Christian nationalists, lead the movement. If it happens, it will be like, again, great writing by the man. They know how to write a script. But I just love how the internet jumped on that so fast, and like that became the narrative. And then you feel bad for JD Vance's wife, and people, the reason why is he gave an interview is like, oh, she's Hindu and I'm Catholic, and I drag her to church every Sunday. And, maybe someday the word will seep through and she'll convert. But really, she's just there watching the kids, while I'm enjoying church. It was all a very weird fucking interview and message or whatever. But part of it was very just dismissive. But it is hard to believe someone being devout in one religion, being married to someone who isn't at least kind of into it. I think that would hold me back from dating someone that was super devout, because I'd be like, I don't know, we're just kind of different people, right? At some point in time. But, very different religions there. So who knows? Also, think when you see pictures of JD Vance in college, he got him a hot Indian lady, and he was like, I'm going to try to bag that because I'm kind of goofy looking, which is totally cool. I'm goofy looking, but I wanted to like him, but the longer it goes on, more I'm like, I think he just bought and paid for by other tech billionaires, and he's not as cool as I don't ever think he was cool, but he seemed normal. I know a lot of people are like, he fucks couches. When I'm like, well, who didn't? I guess I never have. I never fucked a piece of furniture. That I think American Pie shamed my whole generation. Like, you can't be fucking inanimate objects. Someone might see that. And when I was in college, I knew a guy they called Crisco Kid because he was caught fucking a big old jar of Crisco, which I don't understand. Like, what's the firmness? I never tried it. Also knew a kid in junior high fucked a grapefruit because he told everyone about it. And for some reason, I was like, oh, did that burn? It's like citrusy. And he was like, hell no, bro. You put it in the microwave, warming up. So, motherfuckers jack off to anything. That's the lesson of this episode. And, all right, we're going to play our first song of this episode. And it is going to be from the homie Sir Nasty. And, of course, off of his new album, Dealing With My Problems. It is finally on the streaming services. They're fucking up, but they're here. We're excited. Like I said, one of my favorites, if not my favorite album from Sir Nasty so far. It just keeps on making the hits. And the name of the song we're going with here is going to be called The Gardens, produced by me, A2thaMow, makes beats. And we'll give it a listen.
G-Block Slick, Motown Never Mac Town. If you don't want no smoke, stop provoking me. Your bitch pussy lips said open me. Nasty. They don't wanna open up the poking beans and find out your girl get nasty on that coke and lean. OG cool water, keep your ocean clean. That mean no rubber, slow motion thing. It's G Block, niggas know the team. Niggas know the team with the black and green. Trash bag full of weed, we was sacking green. Niggas saying that he G, but he acting green. OG, look at me, niggas stacking green. We kicked that bitch off the bus cause she was acting mean. I heard your brother mad. What's good, nigga? Never been camping, but I lived in them woods, nigga. You rappers better hearken. Nigga, ask them bitches about that boy from making gardens. Can you dig me? G Block slick, Motown of the Mactown. Hating on my block, that's a violation. You niggas know what's up behind that fire station. Your bitch wanna chill with the real. We was dying in the bottom, we was on top of that hill. You better say what you mean, cause when you say fuck us all, you're talking about the whole team. Now I feel like you're talking to me. So you talking to me? You talking to me? Pop your top like a Corona cow. Snipe, why these niggas acting like I ain't the reason that they wanna rap? I'm 16, leaving out my mama home. So by the time you got grown, little nigga, I was gone. I was on the road getting money, doing songs. You sitting at the table, boy, I'm sitting on the throne. 3600 OG shit, you better ask Dre. Use your motherfucking skull for an ashtray. Tell him, bruh, it's G Block slick. Motown of the Mactown. Chasing gang. You ratchet hoes don't excite me. And fuck any nigga from my hood that don't like me. I ain't saying niggas ain't, I'm just saying they might be. It ain't my fault that these young bitches like me. Okay. I just repeat what they say. He smell good, his money good, shit. Why wouldn't they like me? Come on. You know they say I'm different. You wanna marry her, she must have done something different. Cause I don't get it. Hide my guns out of house, that's a throwaway. They say when the love real, it never go away. I be gone 5 days, I gotta go away. And then she gave it to me, dog, with no delay. The young nigga from the block really made it. Without selling dope, and I know them niggas hate it. I don't give a fuck, I'm underrated. But why I'm getting hated by bitches I never dated? Talk to me. Rest in peace, Big Said, and OG Flame. It's G Block slick. Motown of the Mactown.
Sir Nasty, dealing with my problems, and that is The Gardens. I had that beat in my folder forever. I really wanted to use it. I just never got around to it, and I was like, fuck it, we're getting this one to Nasty. And yeah, he fucking killed it. If he ever needs a remix, I'm here. I'm gonna add a verse on there. Really like it. Very, very cool. Like how he did it. Like I said, go check out all of your favorite streaming sites. And just, go to sleep, play the playlist all night or whatever you gotta do. Sometimes I forget, but you know what? Spotify is the one thing I want to cancel, but my wife throws a fit about it because she's like, I listen to it in my class. I'm like, all it'll happen is it'll have ads, and then I forget, like, no, it actually gets rid of your playlist. I'm like, oh, that's true. But there's a movement. I mentioned this. It feels like every other month to leave Spotify, and there's tools that you can copy over all your playlists and shit. And so that may happen. But again, they pay me most of the money from music, so I'm not as much of a hater as some others. But I guess the AI music's taking over. But AI's gonna take over everywhere. That's just how it's gonna be. I'm gonna get a little sports video game talk here. We'll keep them pretty quick, to be honest. Now, I know later I talk about some baseball with PowWow. He's a huge baseball fan. I've watched many hours of fucking boring ass baseball games in college. But it was pretty exciting lately. But some other stuff going on. A little bit of NFL talk. I don't watch much, but I've been watching a little bit this year, trying to keep up with it. The Colts owner lady. So the Colts owner died. And his daughter, who's kind of running the team, she's been on the sidelines, or I think she owns the team now because he died. She's been on the sidelines with a headset and kind of like just being a part of it, looking like an assistant coach or whatever. And I've seen this news story, and this is the only reason I really talk about it. I see this story like on Facebook or whatever social media site, and then you click in the comments, and just a bunch of middle-aged guys being like, she don't need to be down there. She has no business on an NFL sideline. I'm like, listen, she owns a fucking team. She can do what she wants, is my opinion. But, even then she gives her answers of why. And she's like, I want to know how it all works. So if I'm making a big decision, like firing someone or, changing some position, I want to know, all the info I can. And I do think there's something about that is cool. Now, I get if like in that position might be like, yeah, it does kind of suck because no one else does this. but it's very funny just to see the like Facebook middle-aged man angry at this, multimillionaire, possibly more, woman for standing on the sidelines of an NFL game. It's just so overreaction. It's insane. I love it. Also saw, Sean Payton. I haven't watched football much in the last 5 years, but I see an interview or a press conference with Sean Payton, who used to be the coach for the Saints, now is for the Broncos. And he looks so old. And it was one of those moments where like it made me feel old because of how old he looked on TV. I was like, oh my God, I remember when he was like a young coach, I can like time never stops. I'm gonna die soon. Um, Not of old age, but you know. Anyway, it's very sad to see. That's the bad thing about sports. It makes you realize you're not invincible. You see these athletes going down, their time running out. It's just an allegory for our lives. Also, this idea that sports betting is ruining sports. I don't know if it's true. No, I don't bet on sports. I don't think we legally can in my state. Through the apps and stuff. And there's a part of me that's like, I've listened to sports podcasts for many years that talk about it. And there's a part of me that's like, yeah, I could see it being cool, but I'm not really. Gambling's never been a vice of mine necessarily. Like I like to go to the casino, play a little slot machines, but then once I lose $20, I'm like, well, I'm leaving. I ain't doing this shit all day. So I don't know. I don't know if it's ruining it, but I do think if the only reason you're watching a sport is for rather like fantasy football or because of bets and not because you just enjoy watching the sport, then you aren't a sports fan. Like you're a gambling addict or a fantasy football fan. But I don't know. And the reason it's come up, I guess, NBA had a huge scandal. I'm thinking we talked about it last week a little bit with Skinny. But there's a huge scandal where, there's poker game, alleged mafia tie shit, but then also people giving people information on games, like people being injured and shit like that to get an edge on bets. And then also now I guess the UFC has been hit with the scandal where someone took a fall maybe or something like that. And then other people come out and be like, oh no, a lot of people are being approached by people to throw fights. And chances are it's happened before. I mean, there's just no way you're going to keep it all out of there when, especially in something like the UFC where they make such little money for what they're doing that if someone comes up and was like, well, I can guarantee you make a lot of money if you do this thing for me. Like I get how that happens. That's honestly why you kind of have to pay athletes so much money is so they won't be influenced by the blackmailing. It's the same reason why you should probably pay, I hate to say it, but congressmen even more. So maybe they won't be as easily blackmailed by money from other, but then again, people are just greedy and they'll take all the money. So it's human nature. But anyway, interesting stuff happening on the sports betting stuff. And so we'll see if it ruins sports or not. But, and some people are like, why does it matter? What does it care? I mean, it's the same reason why people that think the NFL is fake, like the reason people get so upset about that theory or whatever is because sports is like the last thing we have in our society that is supposed to be fair. It doesn't have a decided outcome before it starts. It's like everyone trained hard, they hit go, and then like, someone's going to go out there and earn it. It's going to be meritocracy or whatever. So people use that word too much. I should probably not do that. But and so then if you're thought like, oh no, actually some of these things are scripted, they tell the quarterback before the game they want to go this way. And then you'll see like these compilations of people just pulling up on tackles and shit and like completely, as anyone that's played football, you're like, oh my God, these guys are totally faking. Like that can be it. And then basketball, I think the idea is that, the refs in the past, they've always been like, well, the refs are the vulnerable part. But then if it's like, if these guys that are making all this money, and I've heard how it can happen. It's happened two ways. Rather, they get in gambling debt themselves, and these people are like, now you owe us a favor, which seems pretty classic. Or it could be something like, all the family or friends are always asking you for money because you're a millionaire now, or, that's what they assume because you got these huge paycheck. So instead of you actually giving them money, go, listen, I'll give you this tip about what maybe something like that happens. And you can't even stop people from really talking to their friends about like, oh, this guy on my team got injured. I mean, how would you stop? You can't police that. So maybe that's just going to happen. And that's just the way it is. But then it does kind of ruin sports. It makes it not as fun. It's like when you're a kid and you thought wrestling was real, it was more fun than when you realized it was a play. And then you could still enjoy it as a play, but it's like nothing captures the magic of when you really thought fucking Kevin Nash and Scott Hall were coming in and destroying the WCW. Like I hated Eric Bischoff coming on the announcer like that motherfucker. You're like, and then you see the Vince McMahon A&E special where he's like, it's a business. And when it says all scripted, you're like, oh, well, it's fine, but it changes it. It changes it. Maybe a force analogy there, but I think it works. All right, so my last little sports thing here was the ESPN YouTube issue that's been going on. I guess, and it's more of a Disney and YouTube issue because Disney owns ESPN, but they haven't been able to come to an agreement as far as what the payment would be for YouTube TV or that ESPN would get for being on YouTube TV or whatever the fuck it is, right? So they haven't come to an agreement on all that. So now ESPN is off of YouTube TV, and that has sports games, Monday Night Football, I think, and some other big deal things, I'm sure. And people are very upset about it. They just think that should be covered since they have YouTube TV. Everyone should be able to figure out a deal. I just think it's funny seeing normal people or even like athletes and stuff complaining about this on Twitter and different places. Like they should just do it for me. Like I make it convenient for me, multi-billion-dollar corporations that don't really care about people at all, but they should for this thing because it's football. Like the amount of like faith or I don't know what the exact word is, but the amount of like people are like, no, you have to because it's football and it should be easy for me because I used to be able to watch football on a cable package that had 98 channels. And now that I have to have 4 streaming things to watch this. I've been doing with the NBA so far this year. I have all the apps that NBA comes on, at least access to them all at the moment. And you every night are like, what is it on? On this night. And right now they're not on the weekends, at least not every night of the weekend, which is interesting because you think that'd be the time you would want to, but maybe they're just not trying to compete against football. Guess it makes sense. But anyway, sports are fun. Let's move on to an equally fun, maybe more fun, and that's video games. Now, last week I talked about how I've been playing a bunch of things and I considered getting this game called Ball Pit. And guess what? It happened. I did get this game Ball Pit. I'll probably have some footage up here. Now it's a roguelite or roguelike. I always, I don't know exactly the sure of the differences. I've heard people describe before, but it's just hard to keep track of it. People know it's a light with a T and like with a K. And there was a game called Rogue back in the day. And so people were like, if it's like that game, it has these sort of things. And a roguelite is like kind of like that, but not as hard. And so I probably like roguelites if I have to guess out of the two. But yeah, I'm always attracted to those sort of games. People don't know it's just like every round is kind of random, and then you get different power ups. And normally the power ups have combinations, so every round's kind of different. But they're normally like quick arcadey style stuff, and it's more about gameplay than story. Most of them have very good story. And Binding of Isaac's pretty funny in a way. It's kind of twisted, but anyway, say all that to say, got this Ball Pit game. Now it's like a ball breaker game or whatever. Like you're shooting little fucking balls up this way to hit little enemies coming down that are basically blocks, more or less. And you get different combination stuff. My only issue with it at the moment, I'm sure the footage I have here is when I first started playing it, but now I'm like too good or it's too easy or whatever. I'm not saying I'm good. Like you get a bunch of level ups, power ups, and different things to make you better. But I win every time. I mean, every time we start a game, it's about 15 and 20 minutes every little game you play. And I just win, which is cool, I guess, in some ways. Like, you're not wasting your time by playing and losing. But a video game, I do think has to challenge you the right amount. If it's too hard, you're going to get them like, well, fuck, who cares about this? But if it's too easy, it doesn't release the dopamine that you may need to stay with it. But I mean, I think I'm platinum the game off of just like, well, I'll just keep winning and eventually I'll win with every combination. And I'll unlock all the trophies or whatever. So I'm sure I'm going to keep it on the console, but I don't know. I don't know if I give it a 7.5 or whatever. I'm sorry to say what I get. Like, it is fun. I'm obviously enjoying it because I'm playing and beating the rounds, but there is something that's a little repetitive, I guess, about it. Because it doesn't have as much variety as most roguelites because it is the same thing just over and over. Whereas in other ones are probably like, rather a Metroidvania style, or I can't remember the name. There's a new one out that's like a beat 'em up style roguelite that people really like as well. Anyway, so there's that. I just downloaded or bought and downloaded the Cyberpunk 2077 DLC Phantom Liberty. I know it's been out a while, but I was like, well, someday I want to play that game again, and I kind of was feeling it. You have a PS5 Pro in the other room, and I was like, well, I bet it looks really fucking good. So I will play that soon. I'll try to get some footage of it to put on here. We'll see. I'll try to get off the good PS5, but it's a little more of a thing to do. But I'll work on it for the next week's episode. And then the other thing I have to, of course, talk about is Grand Theft Auto 6 got delayed again. I'm of mixed minds about this, to be honest. Part of me is like, who gives a shit? I'll play it when it comes out regardless. Doesn't really matter. And I just read an article about like, it just goes to show. So I guess talk about it. Got delayed from, it was going to come out May 26th of next year to now it's like November 26th or November of something of next year. So it got delayed 6 months for them to keep doing polish. Word is it's all to just work on the online to really make sure the online's ready to go day one. Because that's what they made all the money on, was GTA Online on after GTA 5. They made all the money, of course. They made a bunch of money, billions of dollars off just selling the game for the single player. But over the long run, they just kept making money. And they're just printing money off of that other game. Now, word is a bunch of devs were fired from the team for like as a union busting maneuver because these people were against them putting like real life casino mechanics into the new GTA Online. Like they're trying to get people addicted. So I guess some developers were talking shit on Discord about these, and then they got caught, and like 30 people were fired. So that happened at the same time the delay was announced. And so now I've seen that news story growing around. It's not again, stop me from playing the game. They've put, what's crazy is I think the article I was reading said it's like they're going to be losing $7 billion off the books of potential earnings next year. Just in that year alone, because they're going to be, pushing it back. But they're willing to do that because they know how much money they will make if the online launch is the more flawless it is, the more money it'll make in the long run. Because it'll get people hooked. They'll stay there and keep spending money on the card sharks and all that shit. So anyway, it's very fascinating. I'm excited to play it, but I have so many video games I really want to play that if they push it back, it really doesn't. It doesn't really affect me, obviously. It's just a fucking video game. But I have a lot of games in my backlog I could get around to, before then. So I'm not as sad as maybe mad as other people are on the internet. But motherfucker better be polished as shit. Better be ready to go, you would assume. And then they might push it back again. Who the fuck knows? But all right, let's play another song here. And then I'll come back, do Here's PowWow, and we'll fucking video match it. All right, second song we're going with here is from the homie Southern Comforts. I originally had this one because I thought PowWow would like it, but it just didn't work out to where he had enough time for us to do a whole episode. But I know he would, so just take that one to the bank. So the name of the song here is Go Hard by Southern Comforts. Let's give it a listen.
We go hard on the track, go hard on the track. I go hard, it's so hard, it's so hard. I go hard, it's so hard, it's so hard. I go hard, it's so hard, it's so hard. I go hard, it's so hard, it's so hard. I come through and destroy it. I must be buoyant the way I float on the track. Sit back and enjoy it. So spicy with the flow, good God, I'm Goya. So cold, flow for your palate. Here's some seasoning, bring the sound to a boil. Then let it simmer over the soil, into the dirt. Sometimes I rhyme so hard it hurts, I feel worthless. Oops, I mean priceless. Roll the dice, and if you see snake eyes, it could save your life. Move right and you won't get bit. Move wrong and you might be left. You'll get left behind, out my mind like my thoughts on sale. I'm sold out, but I can't sell my soul, it's not mine. And as I float off the track, you can say I set sail so buoyant. I came through hard and I destroyed it. We came through hard and we destroyed it. Yeah, we destroyed it. We go hard, I go hard. It's so hard, it's so hard. I go hard, it's so hard, it's so hard. I go hard, it's so hard, it's so hard. I go hard on the track, come on. I go hard, it's so hard, it's so hard. I go hard, it's so hard, it's so hard. I go hard, it's so hard, it's so hard. We go hard on the track, you know. I go hard, it's so hard, it's so hard. I go hard, it's so hard, it's so hard. I go hard, it's so hard, it's so hard. We go hard on the track, go hard on the track.
Southern Comfort with Go Hard. It's chill, but it's hard. Like ice. Ooh, it's a danger word at the moment. Sorry, people. Again, my quick thoughts on ice. Why are they wearing the mask? Take the mask off. Be proud of your job if you think it's the right thing. But you look like the bad guy. You look like the bad guys at the moment. All right. PowWow, I mentioned a little bit earlier. We called him. He's in the airport in Dallas. I'm sure we'll mention here, but we're gonna do some magic where he'll pop up and finish off the episode with the good vibes. So here he is. All right, we're joined here by PowWow.
Yo, what to do, people?
Straight from the airport.
Straight up from Dallas Fort Worth Airport.
I was like, hey, we're doing episode 22, and if top 5 things that made me think of PowWow was the number 2, so he might want to join, and here it goes. So you're on a work trip. I was actually on one the last few days. It was all in a cart, only with 2 people. And it's exhausting. To me, it's more mentally exhausting to be around people and then having to be like this other not really yourself person,
Yeah, being like professional. Like I turned into, I guess Daniel, if you will, and like everything's courteous and just manager mode, if you will. And that's all I've been around, because I went to a whole other site here in Memphis, and that's exactly how it is. And it's mentally exhausting. Plus, I can't ever sleep when I'm out of town. I don't know what it is. I can't sleep. I ain't got nothing to smoke to help me go to bed. So
we stayed at a Fairfield Inn by Marriott, because Marriott's bought up all these fucking hotels or whatever. And I got given a double queen bedroom, but it was just me. So I got 6 pillows, which I thought was a bonus.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I would wake up 6-7 times during the night. Like you just hear like the pipes start fucking going or whatever, and you're like, what the fuck?
Or you hear somebody running down the hallway or some shit like that.
The first night, I actually at 2 a.m. I woke up and downloaded a white noise app on my cell phone and then started it, and then it helped a lot. It's a fucking bullshit. But yeah, man. And then way back the whole time I was like, man, I kind of feel like I need a new job. Not that the trip was so bad about it, but just being like, I don't know, it's one of those things you get these feelings.
I feel that. I mean, like this job, I haven't traveled a whole lot this year. I've only traveled like 4 or 5 times. But yeah, like this, so I literally flew out to Memphis yesterday, flying back to Tulsa today. And then Monday morning, I got to go to Kansas City for 4 days.
Yeah, it's, I mean, at some point it's kind of fun. Like we had dinner with a guy that was like a kind of salesman type person, worked with someplace, we went to some fancy place, he paid for everything. And the whole time I was like, oh, this is probably like a PowWow is like in his little things, the guy was all, I don't know, he just jovial and shit. And he's like trying to give me a hug, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck?
Yeah, trying to give you a hug's funny as hell.
Yeah, I thought it was funny because it was like a little IT conference thing, right? And so I was the only, there's like 6 or 7 different types of IT people. Like there's like this sort of fat guy. It's like obese. And then there's like people with long hair. Like there's like, I know the guy, one of the guys, one of those long hair guy. And there's there's a certain number. And I'm like the only one that is like a 5950 hat guy. I was the only one. So I think I did stand out. But I had an Oklahoma City Thunder hat down in Austin. So everyone was like, oh, did you see that game last night? So it actually was a good icebreaker, I would say.
Heck yeah, that's awesome, man.
But anyway, I got a lot of free swag shit. Went to a lot of booths. So it was like, yes, I'll take free stuff.
Did you get some free stuff that they were handing out?
Yeah, I got some premium cables, a bunch of these sunglasses. I got like 7 pairs of sunglasses. And
I'll say sunglasses, lanyards, pins, stuff like that.
Yeah, lots of pins. Brought back Koopy some because she loves pins. So, yeah, man, what's been going on in the world for you? How's life?
I mean, there's been a whole bunch of things going on. I mean, work is just work. I mean, it's just travel here and there. But first, with my boys, got Sia and Paul, and Paul tried out for a new team. He was playing with the Crushers for a while, which is a decent, travel team here. But there's a montage grouping of teams that it's called the Renegades, and they have like 5 different age groups.
We're the Renegades. Yeah, they come out to the Jay-Z Eminem song.
Yes. So he tried out for them. They're a really good squad. It does help that the head coach is somebody that plays for my team that I coach is in adult softball. And he was the reason that we got the for the tryout, and he went there. I mean, Paul absolutely crushed it. I'm like, these kids are good, but like Paul is on a different level for his age group, and it really showcased. He showcased the entire day, and they told everyone, hey, it'll be a
So
week,
like he
and
was,
we're gonna.
so like he just made the team, or you're saying like he's like one of the better ones on the team?
So he was trying out for the team, and at the tryout, I mean, he was by far the best tryout kid there, and they had like 3 or 4 of their kids there that are already on the team, just kind of
Gotcha.
to be there and go through the drills and stuff. And they told us at the end of the tryout that, hey, it'll be a week, and we're gonna notify everyone whether you made it or not. And we were on the way home, and we got the phone call.
Hell yeah. First round draft pick. Paul.
Yeah, it's exactly what it felt like, man. He's stoked, so I'm really happy for that. For myself, I mean, honestly, it has been up and down crazy. I mean, last time I was on, I broke me and Jill. Still isn't even currently as of right the second, my ex-wife, but soon to be. And I was dating somebody else, and that turned rough, to say the least. There's been some very rough moments. And like, I mean, like when people ask her, I'm like, I think as a person, she's a great person. As a mom, she's a great mom. Talking about my ex-girlfriend now, not my wife. But she was good there. But when we split, it just got really bad. And
so I think this podcast is part of the lore, I would say. So I've talked about it maybe once or twice that you were on. Powell was on episode 4. Last time I said episode 3 because I fucked up, but he was on episode 4. So for all the LV lore and the Avery lore, episode 4, I believe it is.
Yep.
But Powell, come and say the night, was sitting here in person, and his new girlfriend was like just constantly calling him, just freaking out, like, I don't know what you're doing. And then she added me on Facebook at like 2 a.m. to bitch me out, like, tell him to call me now. We're all asleep. I'm like, what the fuck? And so
it's wild.
And so I was like, Powell, I don't have a good feeling about this. Said it on the podcast. It's like, this is a risky move. They may be married one day. I'm over here fucking talking shit. And then Powell, I was like, we moved in together. I'm like, oh no, I really fucked up. But I think, I think it's worked out.
Yeah.
I mean, it worked out for me being right. I meant.
Yeah, it worked out for you being right. I mean, I'll admit, like, I messed up most of the relationship. Like, I don't think that I was fully ready to be in one after
that makes sense.
A 13-year relationship. I probably should have waited. Because I've told people, like, I cheated on her at the very beginning with Alyssa. Like, I did. And like that kind of caused some issues, and it went down from there with regards to trying to rectify that. No matter what happened, it didn't work. But yeah, I mean, so there's kind of some changes there, but like some other big changes. I even had a chance to talk to you outside of the podcast on this one, because this literally just started happening last week. Moving forward with, I'm going to go ahead and sell my house.
That makes sense. I mean, I don't know how much you're going to get into, but you were telling me how much your bills, like the payments changed. And I was like, oh my God.
Like, it's I've literally had almost 100% increase on my overall mortgage cost in 5 years, purely because property taxes have went up so much.
Right.
And I'm like, that's wild to almost double my original mortgage payment from when I bought it in 2020.
Right.
That's definitely a big part of it. But the other part is, like, I bought that house with my ex. That was kind of for us, and I'm ready to, like, I guess
and it was honestly always a little too big for you. I mean, y'all never had it all ready to go. You know, you're like, we'll get to this room and we'll get, and it was like, yeah, man, it's huge. It was a lot of work.
It's a lot. I mean, there's, it's in total in living space, there's like 3,400 square feet, top and bottom floor. I mean, it's 5 bedrooms for me and 2 kids are really not needed.
Right.
So yeah, definitely making changes there. And then outside of that, man, I've been proud that I've been able to get back in the gym, because I took off like 4 months. Just because, like, I had my kids, 5-6 days a week and doing ball with them, or their after school programs, because I've got one that needs tutoring and the other one that's advanced, and so trying to keep up with both of them has been.
And the one that's advanced won't tutor the dumb one. Not to call Paul
no.
dumb, of course.
Yeah,
just for jokes' sake.
Saya would. Saya definitely.
Right.
He would call it that.
It's just a comparative thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I've always wondered, and it's okay if he didn't, but I remember I gave Saya a video game last time I saw him,
Mhm.
and I was like, I wonder if he ever figured that out because it's a little tough one. You know, it's like a stealth game.
Yeah, so he played it for a while, and then when I moved my gaming like area into my bedroom, he quit playing it.
Right.
And then now that PlayStation 4 is not going to be updated anymore, so I'm gonna have to finally go get a PS5. I don't play enough games.
Like I said, I mean, I could probably be convinced. So that right now I have this one on my desk, and I just have to like rig it up where something's holding the HDMI cord turned to, so it's like jerry rigged as fuck. But I'm like, I can't just throw away a PlayStation 5 that works as long as I do a weird dumb jerry rig and shit. So I keep playing it just because I feel wasteful if I don't. But,
no, 100%.
But they're expensive as fuck.
Yeah,
for sure.
Oh yeah, they're expensive as hell. So, and I asked Saya because like his birthday is in January if he wants a PlayStation, and he's like, nope, Dad, I want a gas powered dirt bike.
Hell yeah.
Well, deal, buddy.
Yeah, let him enjoy the things. Right, I have no happiness in life. That's why I have to play video games. See, but if you still have joy, you don't have to rely on just video games.
Exactly. Yeah, I'll be honest. I wish there was days that I could still go back to just playing, 6 hours of Skyrim, but I mean, it is difficult to find an hour a day, let alone hours to sit down and game, unless it's late at night when the kids are asleep.
Hell yeah. Let's see. We're gonna go with the name of the song we're gonna go with here is Lightin One Up by me, A2thaMow, off of my Classy 2 album.
Too classy.
We will check this one out and give it a listen.
A2thaMow makes beats. Yeah, that's me. Feeling classy. You know. I mean, you know. I mean, shit. Lightin One Up, yeah. After one's put out, okay. After that one's done, yeah. Another blunt in my mouth, okay. Who talking about a party? Yeah. Shit. I'm still in my house, okay. The last 4 hours, yeah. I've been stuck on the couch, yeah. Okay. Lightin One Up, yeah. After one's put out, okay. After that one's done, yeah. Another joint in my mouth, okay. Who talking about a party? Yeah. Shit. I'm still in my house, okay. The last 4 hours, yeah. I've been stuck on the couch, okay. Yeah, I get stoned. Get stoned as a statue. Think I'm looking at you. I'm actually looking past you. Most I do. Got some badass tracks too. They say Mo a stoner. I'm like, yeah, I guess that's true. I tell them, shut up, you dumb fucks. You know what? I'm so fucked. I don't listen to your shit when you spittin'. It's too freaking ridiculous. Man, let me take a hit of this. Be back in a minute, kids getting high as the pyramids. Not rapping shit, I'm living it. You know I'm Lightin One Up. Lightin One Up. After one's put out. After that one's done. Another blunt in my mouth. Who talking about a party? Shit. I'm still in my house. The last 4 hours. I've been stuck on the couch. Lightin One Up. After one's put out. After that one's done. Another joint in my mouth. Who talking about a party? Shit. I'm still in my house. The last 4 hours. I've been stuck on the couch. Back in the day, I couldn't escape them cuffs. I would get locked away just for taking some puffs. I say, things have to change. I said enough was enough, but fuck it, like nothing could change. Man, lit another one up. I went from hustler to a customer. Met a white girl, but never trusted her. Not muscular, kinda plain, but I always love Mary Jane. Take me back to the memories, a fuckload of yesterdays. I don't care, you think I'm a loser. Gotta smoke now, can't predict the future. Lightin One Up. After one's put out. After that one's done. Another blunt in my mouth. Who talking about a party? Shit. I'm still in my house. The last 4 hours. I've been stuck on the couch. Lightin One Up. After one's put out. After that one's done. Another joint in my mouth. Who talking about a party? Shit. I'm still in my house. The last 4 hours. I've been stuck on the couch. A2thaMow makes beats.
All right. And we're back with PowWow. That was Lightin One Up by me, A2thaShow. That's actually an old song. PowWow would know it that I redid. I just don't remember what it was called the first time. I'm like, well, no, but the one's put out. I can't.
Yeah,
anyway, it used to be something called something else, but I was like,
yeah, it might have been off Smokelahoma.
Yeah. Always try to do good. I've been trying to get back into music. I've made a handful of songs recently. Right before we actually called, I was sitting there writing something and getting my like pop singer vibes. And
I love it.
We'll see what happens. Few things that bring me happiness, you know, so you got to keep it going. All right, PowWow specific things I had to say. One thing, thing that annoys me, and I think you'll agree as a math person, I hate it, motherfucking hate it when people say the word calculus for the word calculations. They go, I done the calculus, and this is whatever. And I'm like, you mean calculations, you dumb piece of shit.
Yeah. It's like, that's a...
It's like, oh yeah, you ran the derivatives? Did you do an integral? What the fuck are you talking about? Calculus.
Listen, I've only heard that a few times, but I know exactly what you mean. It's funny you bring that up because Sai was asking me about what calculus was. So that's freaking hilarious.
Yeah, well, it reminds me of my dad, and I think he got this from American Chopper, because after our wrestling phase, or my wrestling phase, and I didn't want to watch anymore, we moved on to American Chopper Monday nights, so Discovery Channel.
I think we all did.
Yeah, and so Paul Jr. took the Rock Stone Cold thing or whatever.
And what was it Mikey as well?
Oh, Mikey was the best when he punched
Mikey
like this.
was awesome.
Yeah,
yes.
But yeah, I don't even remember where I was going talking about fucking American Chopper. Who the fuck knows? Paul Sr. used to say idea and ideal instead of idea. God. And then my dad started using ideal instead of idea. And I'm like, it's fucking, you mean you have an idea? What the?
Listen,
I get so mad.
Pops used to say idea all the time and it drove me nuts. And I'm like, no, I can't even fix that. Like, it's just wrong.
Yeah.
Like, you're just wrong.
It is.
The dude's doing it for the TV show. Okay. You don't have these handlebar mustache. Okay, you ain't building these.
I've been trying to download old shows, you know, just to have for when the apocalypse happens, and that would be a one if I could find fucking an old American Chopper. That'd be pretty great.
Like just blow ups they would have are awesome.
I need to buy you one just to give you. I bought a 256 gigabyte little flash drive, and I put everything of Stargate on it. 202 gigabytes of Stargate. And so I have it forever, you know.
Listen, hey, I've got the DVDs of every single season of Stargate.
It's a lot of disc, though. I mean,
bro, it's an entire box. It's an entire box of DVDs.
And speaking of other shows, I don't know. We didn't really love the show, but I know this show's gotten canceled. And a lot of people are doing a victory lap, and I had to bring it up to you. Ridiculousness is finally getting canceled after 39 seasons or whatever the fuck, you know.
I seen that. I seen someone's comment goes, I thought these were just reruns for the last 10 years.
Right. Now, I have to say, the show Ridiculousness did suck. Tosh.0 was better. It always was. And it was first or whatever. But I hate how everyone hates on Rob Dyrdek because he was awesome. And we were there when he was awesome.
Yeah, I was gonna say we were there when Robin Big happened. So, I mean, like.
And even a little bit before that, because me and PowWow, I just speak about downloading shit. I was back, they downloaded the whatever run it was. It was like the race across Europe, and Robin Big were in it. The Cannonball run.
I
think it was Cannonball run. Yeah. And Robin Big done the one in Europe, and they were famous before that off of the skate videos or whatever. But that's really when we saw them, like, and that's, I think, how they got their show, was like they saw them like, oh, they're really funny. They gave them the show Robin Big. And Robin Big was a great reality show because it wasn't like we're really watching their day to day. It's like they plan stuff for every episode. They're like, on this one, we're going to do that. You know what I mean? It was like reality, but it wasn't like them just hanging out in a house all day.
They had, whether it was the cereal that they're making that day or they're trying to
Bobby Light gonna do you right. Yeah. You know, that shit was the best.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Like there were so many different things, to the mini horse to meaty. I mean, I just remember laughing at almost every single episode. There wasn't a bad episode.
Right. It also reminds me of our fraternity brother, Travis. I remember he also, like, us three seemed to really love Robin Big.
We always would watch it.
And it was like, do work was, I think, the phrase from it, because Big was so funny.
I forgot about that till just now. The amount of times of yelling "do work" to get hyped up.
Yeah, like in the middle of a beer pong game or whatever. And then Fantasy Factory, also good.
Oh yeah,
It didn't quite have the Matt Tromik, but it was good. It was very good.
it was
And then
still good.
ridiculousness is where it fell off for sure.
Yeah, ridiculous. Definitely. I mean, listen, I couldn't deal with the dolphin laugh from Chanel for more than like 5 seconds.
The thing is, I thought she was good at rapping, and everyone would hate on her. And I was like, I think she's good. I think you are crazy. But
yeah, man, she wasn't bad. I mean, she did get some features, so which was cool. But I mean, she definitely tried to overplay that. But yeah, I mean, to be honest, I thought like most people, I thought most of these were reruns for like the last 6-7 years.
I did too.
I did not think they were new.
I mean, I don't have MTV, but when I go to my parents' house and they had Dish, you know, I would see it on the whole fucking thing. And I'm like, oh yeah, it must be old episodes.
Yeah.
All right, my last thing I have is specific for PowWow. Is baseball back? You know, this World Series happened. It was a huge fucking deal.
Listen, that is the best 7-game series that I have seen in a long time, let alone it being the World Series going into the 11th. But I think you have a potential for a new dynasty. I mean, some people want to try to say that after their second year with the Dodgers winning. But I mean, I'm sorry. I will argue with anybody. You are seeing the greatest baseball player to ever play the game in Shohei.
Yeah, I remember when he was just like a rumor when we talked about it. I was like, they're saying he's the Asian Babe Ruth. Can you imagine if we have another Babe Ruth? And he's basically exceeded those expectations.
Oh, well past exceeded.
And then people are like, I mean, like they care, but not as much as you think they should.
Yeah, agreed. And I mean, he had that performance. What did he go? He went
3 home runs or some shit like that, and 10 strikeouts.
It was either 3 for 3 with 3 home runs, or 4 for 4 with 3 home runs, and then 3 intentional walks.
Yeah,
like that is insane. Yeah, and intentional that is.
Yeah, he pitched like 4 innings or something. Whatever it was.
Like that's almost the definition of a perfect game. You know, outside of what perfect game means in baseball.
And then they had the 17-inning game, which was crazy. And what was your opinion? I kind of was against. I know it's like the rules or whatever, but about the ball that got stuck. Like some people are on the side of like he could have easily grabbed that, and other people are like, but that's the rules, and that guy's smart for throwing his hands up. I've heard both arguments.
So I'm definitely going with the latter of the two. Yes, he could have easily went over there and picked up the ball and thrown it in. But knowing the rules is part of the game. You've got to know the rules. It's just like the people that know the rules when it comes to the pitch clock or Manny Machado this year when he dropped a fly ball to turn a double play.
Right.
Yes, is it arguable bush league? Sure. But it's still part of the rules. And if you're going to play the game, you have to be able to play every single rule and use it to your advantage. I'm not mad about it. I don't care if you don't like that team or if you do. That is a rule. And if you don't like it, sorry about you. It's part of the game. Just deal with it, move on.
Right. So yeah, it was pretty good. I had huge numbers, ratings. Basketball starting off this season, apparently their ratings are way up. I just think people are like, sports is the only thing that's new and live. And so you just tune into it, you know?
Yeah, no, 100%. They're either doing that or like, you know, what I was doing last night. I didn't watch TV. I looked out my hotel window in Memphis at the National Guard chilling outside the hotel.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Bro, that was wild to me. I forgot about that until I showed up there. And there's like, I don't know, probably 70 National Guard around the hotel just chilling out.
I mean, were the streets safe? That's what their goal is, right?
There was still someone that had a fentanyl lean whenever we went and got barbecue. And I mean, I don't think there's any more safer or dangerous. Do I think some people are going to not shoot somebody? Probably, because there's a whole National Guard there. But
it's like, yeah, well, you're employing however many $1,000s worth of salaries. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think some of it was helpful, but yeah, no. Back to your original thing. When it comes to baseball, I do think that it has the potential to come back, but I mean, it definitely is falling off when it comes to Little League, and it's honestly because of parents.
Right.
And I know this firsthand. So like I worked. Whenever I was coaching quite a bit in Broken Arrow in league, I was working with the director quite a bit, and the amount of, the lack of coaches, just because people don't want to coach anymore because they don't want to deal with parents. And as somebody who literally got into an argument and a parent tried to fight me at the end of a World Series, all because they're mad because I quit coaching, number one, and number two, they thought their kid was better than what they were. Sorry that you're upset that a Puerto Rican kid was ahead of you. The kid was better. It doesn't matter that he's from Puerto Rico. He was just literally better.
Right.
But parents are absolutely ruining the sport for their kid just because most of them are
been the safe for. They've been saying that for like 20 years though now, right? Or are you saying it's like even worse and worse or whatever?
Oh, it's way worse now. I mean, you have there. So like, 'cause I umpire and coach still, there is a massive shortage of umpires, at least in the Tulsa area. I mean, like they were offering to pay me $45 a game. That's for an hour and 20 minutes.
Right.
Just to go and stand there, call ball strikes, fair, foul, safe and out.
Right.
But yes, I do think that it has the potential to, with regards to what the MLB is doing, because I mean, what the MLB is doing will then turn around and help your little league organizations. Because if people are interested in the sport, then kids are going to want to go play it. But it's also difficult here in Oklahoma, just because no matter what, football is going to always be number one. That's just not going to change.
And the Thunder have quite a bit of momentum at the moment with after the championship win. A lot of old people love watching the Thunder. They'll be like, they're just such nice, polite men. What they mean is like, look at these nice black guys. I mean, that's exactly I hate to say it, but that is what they are saying. Oh, and that reminds me of one thing I need to tell you. Talked to some old man right in one of these booths about, I can't remember what we were talking about. Oh, you remember when the LaGuardia airport got shut down with that IT attack? It was like a year or two ago. It got like all the airport got shut down because like all their computers rebooted or something. Anyway, it was a big national story. And he was like, I was one of the 300 IT experts on the call with the Washington DC, and he was all bragging about it or whatever. And he goes, and they messed up and let me talk. And then he said whatever he said. And he goes, you would have thought I said the N-word on Soul Train. And I fucking died. I just wasn't expecting him to use that that metaphor. And I was like, oh my God. And so now I'm trying to remember that and keep it in my repertoire someday. Like, so like I said, the N-word on Soul Train.
Oh my God.
So anyway.
I'm definitely keeping that one.
Yeah.
Definitely. That's wild. But yes.
That was a good time.
That's crazy.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you go. I'm going to end here the episode with I made a song for you. I meant to play it last time you were on and forgot.
Hell yeah.
You had a walkout song. You played the softballs and competitively and all that. And you were like, hey, let's make me a walkout song. Or maybe I don't remember how it went. But I sampled this cartoon. My grandma, when she first met you, started singing this song. She was going, PowWow, the Indian boy.
The Indian boy.
And I was like, what are you doing? You're being racist towards my friend. And she was like, it was a cartoon way back, like in the 50s, like when she was a kid. And so I found 2 episodes of that on YouTube, sampled it, and added, whatever, all the other shit. And then also a lot of baseball thing. There was this woman that was very famous for her shitty announcing. So I put her in there, and a lot of baseball swats as like snares and shit. So I try to make him a baseball walkout song.
It was sweet.
Cool.
It was awesome, bro. I used it whenever I played in the World Series. This is my walkout song. It was awesome.
And it may eventually make it on the Spotify. I'm trying to put together an instrumental CD. I haven't put one out in a little while. And if I do that, one will definitely be on there, so you can easily point to it on the streaming and be like, here it is if you ever need it. Because I know right now you just have like a fucking MP3 floating around.
Yeah, that was it.
But all right, man, I appreciate you calling in. And anytime you want to, definitely reach out, because we don't ever get to talk. And we do need to hang out. I've been being very depressed the last few episodes in life and just on the podcast, because I get these a lot of thoughts of like people don't really know me. You know what I mean? That's like a lot of that shit. And then I have Skinny here, which of course I love Skinny. But I'm talking about how like everyone thinks I'm a cold, mean person, but I'm really a sweetheart guy. Like Skinny's like, no, bro, you're fucking like, he didn't at all agree with me. I'm like, oh, even Skinny thinks I'm an asshole.
You're like, no, bro. No,
and so I'm like,
100% not.
So I'm like, I got to hang out with PowWow so we can listen to like No Ceilings and fucking just chill out. And because there is a comfort in being around people, you don't have to be fake, or whatever. And it's just
100%. No, absolutely,
bullshit,
man. I mean, great guy. I mean, bro, you've been there for me more times than I can count. And no, 100%. I'll have to come down soon, especially now that I'll have some more free time coming up.
Yeah, put in all this work for sure. All right, man. We'll appreciate it, and I'll talk to you later, man.
Absolutely. Peace,
dude.
Beats.